All right, we're going to do a couple examples of even and odd functions and finding whether they're even or odd algebraically. So the first one we're going to look at is f of x equals negative x squared plus 16. So whether we think it's even or odd, the first thing we always have to check is f of negative x. So that just means I'm going to plug in a negative x anywhere there's an x in the original function. So negative and then negative x squared plus 16, and now I just have to simplify. So this negative is going to carry down, and then I want to think about what would negative x times negative x be. So negative x times negative x would be a positive. So if I carry down the negative, and then there's my positive x squared, and then plus 16. Now if it's even, this equation should match this equation, and it looks like they do match. They're exactly the same. So because of that, I would say this is an even function. Next example is x to the third plus x. Okay, so again, first thing I need to find is f of negative x. So negative x to the third plus negative x. And then I'm going to simplify. So negative x times negative x times negative x would still be a negative. So this simplifies to negative x to the third. And then a positive and a negative gives me negative x to the third minus x. So clearly these two don't match, so I know it's not even. So if I know it's not even, then I have to check for odd. So now I need to evaluate this. So I'm going to put negative 1 times my original function, and then I'm going to distribute the negative through. So negative 1 times x to the third is negative x to the third, and negative 1 times positive x is negative x. Now I'm checking if this equation and this equation are the same, which they are, so then I say that this is an odd function. And then last one is x to the third plus 1. So this is my original. So again, first thing I'm going to do is f of negative x. So negative x to the third plus 1, and then simplify. 3 negatives being multiplied is still a negative, and then plus 1. So original and f of negative x are not the same, so I know it is not even. So now I'm going to check for odd. So negative 1 times the original, and that is going to give me negative x to the third minus 1. Now I'm checking if this equation and this equation are the same. Well, they both have a negative x to the third, but this one has a positive 1, this one has a negative 1. So it's not even because these two weren't the same. It's not odd because these two weren't the same. So this is one that is neither. So it's not even or odd.